Greetings to all of you. Thank you, Ghazala, for the introduction. Professor Chaudhary, thank you for inviting me. I served 40 years in the army. So and in fact, as Ghazala said, I have worn 4 hats. That's a pretty large number of hats to wear. I chose the topic. The topic is media and the marginalized. Now, you all are aware that the minorities are at the bottom of the marginalized people in India. Nobody can deny that. They are even lower than the Dalits, who were earlier at the bottom of the list. Now it is the minorities, and especially the Muslim community. But in factors of demonization, they're right at top. They have, you can read anything, you can switch on the TV. All that is happening is demonization of a particular community. The media, by continuous persuasive propaganda, eventually are successful in making it to enter into people's minds. This is the danger of propaganda. The media, especially, and I don't take out the international media, they are guilty of seeking profit over public safety or national good. All that they are interested in is profit, profit, profit. And unfortunately, they are pandering to majority sentiments and demonizing certain lot of people. We can't deny that. That's happening. Ladies and gentlemen, tolerating hate is one step away from participating in the hateful act, although it is nonetheless possible to avoid crossing the line. Now, I'll cover the following. First, I'll cover social media, the most persuasive of media. Look at the example of Facebook, now renamed Meta for very good reasons, founded by Mark Zuckerberg. A whistleblower from Facebook, Frances Hogan, revealed how partial Facebook can be. The company was losing in on young viewers. So they decided that the next catchment area is South Asia. And they did not check the spike of anti-Muslim posts during a certain period. There was a huge spike of posts against minorities, and Facebook really should be held accountable, as they are. They are being questioned now in America. They should have checked the spike in hateful posts. That should have been the job of the media. Next is Twitter, founded by Jack Dorsey. It was basically initially an SMS tool to send SMS messages. But it too adopted a partisan attitude in blocking certain accounts which they felt would not be appreciated or which would not yield the desired money to them. The most dangerous is WhatsApp. It is the most toxic and filled with hate. I know it because I'm a member of several social groups on WhatsApp, and I've had to withdraw myself because of the toxicity of certain posts. I mean, they are flush with hate-filled posts. And why? Because the people forwarding these posts are taking refuge in the anonymity of WhatsApp. They don't have the guts to write things. They don't have the guts to speak openly. They don't have the guts to have things published. So the anonymity of WhatsApp is made use of by them to circulate unwanted posts. So this is as far as the social media is concerned. What about the electronic media? They are only interested in getting top ratings, TPR. That's all that matters. The element of truth, which should be the responsibility of the electronic media, is given no importance at all. And you all have seen what TV debates on the television are. I think it's a waste of time listening to the rubbish. It is more shouting matches than giving knowledge, giving information. The electronic media has specialized in inviting ill-informed stereotypes of a particular community. These stereotypes make a laughing stock of themselves. And TV programs, instead of giving and analyzing good, fruitful news which will benefit humanity, highlight only peripheral issues to whip up mass sentiments. That is the danger. We all are aware of what they've been propagating, what they've been highlighting, totally, unwanted stuff. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I don't watch these TV debates. They're a waste of time. Next, I'll come to Bollywood. It is, the Indian cinema is a great opinion builder. What you see in movies is what sinks into a viewer's mind. In the old days, Bollywood always depicted the vamps, their names were Mary or Lucy, and the bootlegger was always John or Francis or something like that. So the viewing public in India always linked the Christian community, unfortunate, this is very early, unfortunate, to be bootleggers and vamps and such things. You all are aware that the recent movies have got a whole lot of Abduls and Qadirs and such things. All of them are terrorists or kidnappers and such things. So this is projecting a wrong image of a particular community. Historical characters, historical movies. Some historical characters are depicted as bloodthirsty savages. That's all that they're given. And of course, what happens if the media tries to project something else? For example, Prakash Jha. Well, the sets got invaded by mobs who didn't allow the movie to be screened. So this is the opposite of what the public is facing as far as Bollywood is concerned. I think the name, the film industry doesn't like the name Bollywood, but there it is. It's a caricature of Hollywood. The most important and most lasting of media is the print media. It is enduring. You might see a program, you might see a movie may last 15, 20 years, but a book survives for centuries. I mean, after all, aren't we still reading Shakespeare several centuries after his books were written? So the print media, that means the books, is the most enduring because it survives for generations, hundreds of years. Unfortunately, recent books denigrating a particular religion have been written by people who were born in that religion. I will not name, but you know who is writing this trash. You've heard of satanic verses? It was written by somebody who was a born Muslim because he wanted to cash in on the Islamophobia which is all over the world. It is essential that we expose this alarming rise of demonization of the minorities. As I said, the biggest quote, the most important quote, which I like to repeat, is in the end, we will remember the silence of our friends. So it is the responsibility of the Indian public to put an end to this onslaught. I would mention it as an onslaught of the media. India is a great country. India has, it's a mixture of blends, religions. India has been hospitable to any person fleeing persecution. That is the beauty of our great country. And we have got to keep it that way. We have got to ensure that everybody gets a fair deal, which I experienced it right through my life. I always got a fair deal. Nobody mentioned religion or anything. In the army, it's not mentioned. We don't bother what religion anybody is. But, ladies and gentlemen, I am very, very disturbed at what is happening with the media. I have mentioned all the types of media. I have mentioned where the fault lies. But I am very, very positive that this is only a passing phase. I always say, this too shall pass. This phase of demonizing the minorities will end. India is too large, too great, too absorbing. And I am very, very confident that this phase will soon pass. And distant education is a very, very important facet. Earlier, a teacher could teach 40 or 50, or at worst, even 100 students. Now, one teacher can teach hundreds, thousands of students all over the world at a particular time. This is the importance. This is where we've got to realize that the tools of modern education, and I always say distant education. When I was at Aligarh Muslim University, I gave a lot of importance to distant education. It is a great tool. It is an important tool, and we must harness it for spreading the light of education across our great country. That's all I had to say. Thank you very much for inviting me, Professor Chaudhary and Yasmin. God bless you all. And may you read, may you get enlightenment from education. Thank you.